Hello everybody, it's Ashley here from Paper&Twine. I'm sorry if you can hear a noise in the background. This white thing here, inside it is a 3D printer, something to do with my husband's work, and he's got something going along there. So I apologise about that, but I did want to have a little chat with you today. Hope you're all right. You can see I've got Wilma on again. I've taken her outside for the first time. I've worn her out in public. Had a little walk up to Aldi to get something for dinner because what I'd got planned for dinner, my husband couldn't get on Monday, so we were short of food for today. I've done a little mini Aldi haul, so I'll pop that on after this. I've got a cup of coffee. This mug, quite appropriate for this time of year, coming up to Valentine's Day. When I left a school many years ago and went on to work in another school, a colleague bought it me as a leaving gift, so I like this mug. It's quite a nice shape. Yeah, I like that. So I've had a couple of deliveries. You're thinking, oh, she's spending all this money. I've had some money for Christmas, so I'm gradually spending that bit by bit on things that make me happy, which is my Crafty stash. So I've forgotten what company this has come from, but just got a couple of things from there. I've got some ink, which I won't bother showing you, but I've got this lovely Tim Holtz collection stencil. So that'll be nice for adding a little bit of a layer to a background, like a grungy feel. They're not terribly expensive, these stencils, and they'll last you forever. They're really good quality plastic. You know, if you look after them, they'll serve you well. Put that there. And then I thought this would be useful. It's a little alphabet die. Let's see there. So I can make my own words. So I can start to do personalised cards, like names and things. So I thought that was a good investment. I think that was £8, which isn't bad for an alphabet die. And again, they're really sturdy metal. So if you treat them right, they'll last you a lifetime. And they've got a little bar of chocolate. That's so cute, isn't it? Put that out of the way. I've got a different setup today. I'm experimenting with tripods and things, and obviously, you know, I'm still learning, so I quite like this setup actually. Yeah, it's quite nice. My board-backed envelopes that I ordered arrived yesterday after I'd packaged up an order. And I thought that I'd ordered them with red writing on, or whether that said please do not bend, but they're just plain. Being a bit optimistic, I ordered 100. They're good quality, really nice smooth card. So I've just kept a stack of 20 in my craft room, and I've just written on, I'm going to sit and do this afternoon, written on with a alcohol pen, please do not bend, and a little birdie stamp in the corner. That won't take me long to do. Just adds a little bit of a personal touch, doesn't it? Yeah, and I used the bird from the Inky Doodles set, which I keep banging on about. I'm going to have a play with that. Yeah, if you are a crafter and you want to build up a stash at a reasonable price, I can't recommend this company enough. Inky Doodles, they're lovely. That's that. Some of you that are crafters might have heard of somebody called Julie Hickey. She is a lovely lady. She used to work for a company called Craftwork Cards, and she did a lot of demonstrating on creating craft back in the day. I used to watch a lot of creating craft. I don't anymore because it's dangerous. But my friend Hazel, who owns the shop Dragon's Papercraft, stocks her products. They're great friends with each other. And I just couldn't resist this. I mean, I have got quite a lot of flowers in my stash, but this daisy is so cute, and the little sentiment's lovely. You've got this little tag here. This set is called Sweet Daisy Stamp Set, and it's got thankful for you, just for you, special friend, have a lovely day. And my friend Hazel, who runs Dragon's Papercraft, was on Hochanda TV yesterday demonstrating a whole load of Julie Hickey products. So I've spent a nice little hour this morning watching her. She's very, very good. Very creative, and there was a little bit of Julie as well. I met Julie a couple of years ago. She did a workshop at Hazel's shop, and that was really good fun. So I got that, and I've got other sentiments that I could put in this little tag. So have a little play with those. I've got ideas for how I'm going to use these daisies. I think they make nice Mother's Day cards. And this font is actually Julie's own handwriting, I learnt. And there's a little tiny heart where the eyes are, or the dot on the exclamation mark. It's a little tiny heart. So that's adorable, isn't it? And then I got this stamp set, which is like a banner. And it's got those sentiments for birthdays. I've seen this used in lots of different ways. I think this will be a go-to stamp set. Happy birthday, enjoy your special day, make a wish, have the best day ever. And what's lovely is what you do first of all, it's best to use a stamp platform, and I will demonstrate this when I get my setup sorted for demonstrating. You stamp this first on your card, and then you use these little black hearts in the corner to line up this stamp on your stamp platform, and then these sentiments will stamp exactly in these banners. And then you can use this die to cut them out, and you've got 5 little banner sentiments quite quickly and quite easily. So that'll be fun to play with. What else can I show you? Oh yes, I went to can't remember what site it was now. I was just pootling, and I thought I'd feed my Lavinia habit. So I've got a couple of stamps and a stencil. This I've got a little mushroom, but it's different to this. It's don't know how to describe it. It's more solid. This one is called a mini meadow mushroom, and these are the little pound stamps. So really good value for money. So I got that. I got a couple of stars. I had this one ages ago, but it's got lost because they're so small. That's the thing with these small ones. But I got a lot of use out of that. Again, a pound. And just another one. Because if you're doing things with moons, you need stars, don't you? And then I thought I'd build up my fairy collection a little bit. I've got a lot of Lavinia's animals, but I haven't got many fairies. So this is a cute little set. If you remember, in my Lavinia unboxing, I had a little chocolate and it had this image on the wrapper, and this is Rory and Darcy. Rory and Darcy. I think you can get them in a bigger size, but I like things diddy, so having fun with that later. And then I got this fairy because I like her hair. She's called Ariel, and she is quite a large stamp. And because she's got a lot of silhouette on her, I would use a stamp platform to use her, because you're not going to guarantee that you're going to get good coverage on your inking. And with a stamp platform, if you don't get it quite right, you can re-ink and stamp in exactly the same place. So I like her. Look at her little wand. So I imagine like one of my little rabbits, Pippin or something, sitting down looking up at the fairy, and she's casting a spell on it. That's cute. And then this stencil, they're about £4.50, these stencils, which I don't think is too expensive. And there's lots of things you can do with them. So again, I'm planning out a series of tutorials when I get my filming setup sorted. But that is really nice. And then one thing that I bought was quite expensive, but again, it will last me forever. I bought a little gel press. Lavinia uses gel presses a lot, and I've got a 4-inch square one that I bought from Dragon's Papercraft a few years ago. And I thought I'd get this circle one. This is a 4-inch circle. At least I think it's a 4-inch circle. Yes, 4-inch round. Should have been £16, was reduced to £13 at this particular retailer. And there are various ways you can use them, but you need to get a covering of ink on your gel plate. And the easiest way to do that is with a brayer. So you can use just one colour of ink or 2 colours of ink and blend it over smoothly. then people go in with some brushos, and I've bought from Lavinia a little, she calls them pixie pots. I think there's 12 containers, and it allows you to mix up your brushos and have it as a permanent little paint so that you're not wasting it. So I thought that was quite a good idea. And then you flick on with a fan brush bits of brusho. I could do it with Cosmic Shimmer as well, I'm sure, the pixie powders. So looking forward to playing with that. What you do then is you just put some paper or card over it and press, and that is transferred onto the card. And I shall like this because, again, like my smooshing backgrounds that I do, you won't know what you're going to get. Every time it'll be different. But I've seen Lavinia apply a stencil to the plate before she puts the card on, and you get a very subtle pattern in your background. So I'm going to have a little play with that. I'm going to be very busy. That's why I'm doing a simple tea tonight. I've said in my little Aldi haul, we're just going to have sausages and jacket potatoes and broccoli for tea. So it's just a case of bunging stuff in the oven and haven't got to worry. Now, you can see behind me, I've got an IKEA storage unit. It's a Billy storage unit, I think. They don't do this one anymore, I don't think, which is a real shame. I've got a 2x6 and a 3x6, so I've got 30 cubbies altogether, and most of them are pretty well organised. My daughter did that for me. She's organised my card and my paper into like little rainbows of colour, which is quite nice. But I was having a little sort of one cubby that hadn't been particularly full, and my husband had put a little bit of stuff in there. He goes mad at me, actually. We've got quite a lot of storage in the house. I've got chests of drawers. I've got a chest of drawers in the kitchen full of crafty stuff. Excuse me. I've got an old chest of drawers in the living room full of crafty stuff. My daughter's bedroom, my eldest daughter who's moved out, under both of her beds is full of stuff for craft fairs. I've resisted the temptation of filling up her chest of drawers, but her wardrobe is full of yarn. So the idea is that I want to have a big de-stash of stuff that I don't use anymore. A few years ago, I had a bit of an obsession with hunky-dory products. And there's nothing wrong with hunky-dory products. They are very good quality, but they're just so not my style anymore. And I've got stacks and stacks and stacks of it, so I need to get that on eBay. But going back to the little cubby that I sorted out, I'd stuffed bits of paper in it and bills and all sorts, and I spent about an hour and a half just sorting one cubby out yesterday and organising stuff. But I came across some shrink plastic that I used to use a lot, and I thought I'm going to have an experiment to see if it works with alcohol inks. What people do with this is, well, you can do all sorts, but what I've done with it in the past, I've used a permanent ink and stamped on it, cut out the shape that I need, so a square or a rectangle or whatever, and then you use a heat gun and it shrinks down. And I like this particular, it's called crystal clear shrink plastic because it looks like glass, and sometimes in the heating process you get little bubbles in it so it looks like antique glass. But you can get white, you can get black, you can get translucent. So I'm going to have a play with alcohol inks on this because it's a non-porous surface, so my alcohol inks should set on it. And I'm going to die cut and then heat. So die cut heart and then heat, and I'll get a little heart embellishment. I'm going to try that. As I'm entering a little challenge, I follow a crafter called Handmade by Abigail. And she set a birthday challenge to create 3 embellishments or toppers for cards. So that might be one that I do for her. I've got until the middle of February to get my entries off. She's had loads of entries in already. So I need to get a wiggle on with that. So I think that might be tomorrow's job. Yeah, so I found that when I was looking in that cubby. And then I found a magazine that I bought, a paper crafting magazine I bought last April, I think it was, and I hadn't opened it. And it had a fabulous stamp set in it. Again, do you remember when I did my card making 101? If you saw that, I said a good way of building up a collection of stamps quickly and relatively cheaply is to buy the paper crafting magazines. But to check the price, because sometimes they're £7.99, which I don't think is too bad if you're getting a whole set of stamps. And sometimes they're £9.99, so I wouldn't spend that. But I thought this was quite a nice set. It came with 2 stamp sets. This one I think is adorable. So you've got an owl with a moon, and you've got this hare with a moon. So I can imagine those working quite nicely on my splodgy backgrounds. And crafty individuals, I think I've got a good angel policy, so I'll be able to make stuff to sell for my Etsy store. So that was free with a magazine. And then you get this A4 set, which has got loads. I don't know how many stamps there are. Let's just count them up. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 stamps on there with some sentiments. New home, happy new home to go with that housey one there. And let's go somewhere only we know. That's quite nice with the little fairies. That's really sweet. And then you've got these trees, like mirror images of trees. So that's cute as well. Lots of things you could do with that. If you're arty, I mean, I'm crafty. I wouldn't say I'm arty. I'm not very good at drawing. I can't draw. But if you were good at drawing, you could draw a washing line between those 2 trees and little socks and things hanging off, whatever. But yeah, that's really cute. So I'm glad I found those. Finally, let me just have a slurp of coffee because it's gone cold actually. That's better. I did go on yesterday after or as part of my little vlog, and I did a tutorial on how I made the notebook that I gave to Carla, if you're subscribed to Carla Jenkins. And I haven't put it up because I'm not happy with the quality of it. Comment down below if you would like me to put it up, just to show how bad it is. But I've got my tripod kind of here, trying to angle onto my desk. But because I'm left-handed, I'm obscuring everything I'm doing, and I haven't really got the room over here to put the tripod. So I need to have a little think about that. Ideally, I'd like to do top down, but my tripod isn't tall enough for that. But yes, I demonstrated how to make these little notebooks. So I got these little jotters from Wilko's ages ago. They can't have been more than 20p each. I bought quite a few at the time to decorate for craft fairs. And yeah, I did this one. So if you're subscribed to Lex Bad Biscuit, you'll have seen I gave her a little tea caddy that was decorated in this paper, but in red. And yeah, I just covered the inside. Ooh, throwing it at you. Yeah, and then on the back it's slightly different. And then this one, I used a really old paper pad. It was quite subtle. And on the front, I stamped a little background onto white pearlescent card and then put the sentiment on top. And I used a new ink that I bought called Speckled Egg. And I did these little backgrounds. So I mixed in weathered wood and speckled egg. That was my first stamping or smooshing down. That was my second. And then I'd still got some ink left on my acrylic block, and this one is the third. Camera's not really picking that up. So comment down below if you'd like me to put that up. It's dreadful. The nice thing about it is that Blue keeps me company for quite a long time. I haven't seen her much today. I don't know where she is. She's probably asleep under our bed. But I might have a little fiddle. It's really interesting watching yourself. I've noticed that when I'm concentrating and crafting, I stick my tongue out quite a lot, so it's not very professional, is it? Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'll pop on the Aldi mini haul if you're interested in that. Do like, do subscribe, do share. You all mean the world to me. We're building a nice little community here. It's really cheering me up in these really difficult times for everybody. So thanks again. I'll see you soon. Bye. Just thought you might be interested to see what my husband's 3D printing. I've got no idea what it is. There's some information there. And he'll have designed this himself. And you can see the plastics coming from this reel of blue plastic and some orange there. He's got all sorts of colours. I don't know what he's making, but it's quite fascinating. It's been making all sorts of noises. Anyway, just thought you might be interested in that. So I've had a little walk up to Aldi. I needed to get some things for tea. I was going to cook something out of this Cookie Repeat book from Nigella. My dad got me this for Christmas and I did enjoy watching the TV programme. I was going to do her bulgur wheat with roasted vegetables. I hadn't got bulgur wheat in the cupboard, so I was just going to use couscous. But I needed leeks and radishes. My husband couldn't get them when he went shopping on Monday. So I've been up there today, because that's what we were planning to have for dinner today, to see if I could get them. And I could get the radishes, but no leeks. So change of plan for dinner. My daughter would be pleased because she didn't want what I'd planned. Just going to do a simple one because I want to get jobs done this afternoon. So we're going to have jacket potatoes. I've got another potato in the cupboard, a jacket potato. Pork sausages. We normally have the 12 chipolatas that come in a pack, but they hadn't got any of those. I have to say there did seem to be quite a lot of gaps on the shelves. So I just need to bung those in the oven. No doubt we'll have a bit of butter and cheese on the potatoes and some broccoli just for a bit of something healthy. My husband does like coffee and so do I, and they've got this in the specially selected. Of course, the thing about going up on a Thursday is they have all the special buys, don't they? So this is a creamer coffee bean. We've got a bean to cup machine rather than buying the pods or the already ground. We just prefer that, but each to their own. And this is a mild roast, so it'd be interesting to see what that's like. My daughter said, can you get me some chocolate? Again, massive gaps. I normally just get the bog standard cheap stuff, but I've got this chocolate smooth and silky, so she's going to be happy with that. Seen quite a few YouTubers that I follow using this Fabulosa spray pixie dust, and they've got it on the special buys, so I thought I'd give that a go. I've just done a little spray on this work surface. It says to spray it and leave for 5 minutes and then use either a dry cloth or a damp cloth to wipe it up, and it smells absolutely divine. I'm not a fan of the smell of bleach. It makes me gag. I've never used bleach products. I know they're probably better for getting rid of germs, but you know, I'm 55 and I'm still alive. I've lived all these years without bleach, so I think we'll be okay. Then I spent a little bit of my Christmas money. I saw this last week, the Mrs. Hinch, the activity journal, just for something a bit different to do. I do like Mrs. Hinch, and it should have been $12.99, but it's $5.99 at the moment. And they've also got her cleaning manual up there as well. And then just, I ummed and ahed about this, and I nearly put it back, but I did buy it. It was $3.99. Nice big candle, got 2 wicks, and it smells beautiful if you like a sweet smell. So I'm going to light that in my hall in a minute. I've got a bookcase by the front door, and I shall put that on there. Tete-a-tete's doing well overnight. It has opened up some more buds, which is looking very pretty. And then if you saw my Christmas tour, sorry about all the mess in my house. My husband works from home and quite often there's random bits of kit in the kitchen. But I mentioned this orchid and said it was looking a bit sorry for itself, and I was probably going to throw it out. But I did notice yesterday there's a new leaf Can you see that? So there's something happening there. And then tulips are my favourite flowers. Hubby bought me these on Monday. Well, he said they weren't for me, he said they were for the house. I love tulips. I love the way that they carry on growing even though they've been cut. And no matter how carefully you arrange them, they always strive to find the light and grow in weird and wonderful ways. I'm going to use this, I think, as a backdrop for some photographs for my Etsy store. The kids bought this model of New York skyline for my husband for Christmas. It's a Lego model he built. He loves Lego. Well, all the kids loved Lego when they were growing up, and we've got quite a collection of it. So, yes, I just thought I'd show you that. I hope you're all doing okay. Speak to you soon. Bye.